It was mentioned through a meeting at Jack Conway Real Estate in my company in the Canton office. I thought it was great. I mean, for a seller to have someone come in, be able to either freshen up their house or, do a bathroom over, a kitchen over, or, whatever room it may be, and be able to, pay out of the proceeds at the closing, I thought would be a real benefit to sellers and to buyers coming in looking at the house. I think for the millennial population, like they really want to come in and see something that's turnkey, that they can move into and then, go back to their, daily lives of working without having a lot of, to put a lot of thought into, renovating a house. So if most or all of the work is already done, the house will sell much quicker. Yeah, so I met Gina and Tom through ReNoveo, and came in, took a look at the house, for the before and the after. And the after was just so much more appealing. The house was light, bright, walls painted, hardwood floors, shining. There was a wall that was put up between two bedrooms. So when I started showing the house, it facilitated an offer much quicker, because even though there's, still a few things to be done, a lot of the work to initially get into a house had already been done. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, working with ReNoveo, with Chris and with yourself, anytime I reached out, very responsive. I was over here a few times just checking, throughout the work stage, and, things moved along very quickly in a timely manner, because, from the time we spoke to the time we could list it was, really only about 3 weeks to a month. I did. So I met the electrician and I met the painters who were out here, and the electrician on a couple of occasions when I was out here, and it seems great to work with him and with the painters as well. The electrician came in, and for the work that he needed to do, he was in and out in about a day and a half. And the painters, every time I came over, they were moving right from one room to the next. And in addition to having the painters here, the cleaner was here at one point. So everybody kind of worked in tandem together to really pull it all together so that we could meet our date to get it on the market and get the pictures and the photographer and everything else done. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think everything was probably finished, a few days ahead of schedule. Because when Chris, said, this is the date you can have the photographer, that was the date he was here, and everything was done at that point. Chris was here with the home inspector, and so they went over the home inspection afterwards and line by line, with the sellers, and decided, what they should address before the house went on the market. But as a realtor, knowing that that's already been done, and for the next round of home inspection with the buyer, it went much easier, because any of those little things had already been addressed. It was very informative, but it was also good, to meet you and to meet Chris and to be able to establish a relationship before we moved further to the next steps. Yeah, I always think the Matterport is a great addition, because it really gives buyer insight into the home. So as soon as they, go onto that Matterport site, they can walk through the home and, easily decide if that's something they're interested in seeing or not. I think it's a great marketing material, because you're offering something to the homeowner that they don't have to pay for until closing date. It's not that there's any upfront money, and to have Chris and his team come in, it was really seamless. And for a seller to be able to do even, little updates like, painting or just freshening up the house, has that one step closer to an offer once it goes on the market. Yeah, absolutely. I felt no pressure on either side. And, in this particular case, ReNoveo and the seller had a great relationship. So it really benefited everybody in the end. I would say it was a great experience, and absolutely in every home that we're doing a market presentation to, that this should be included.